Chapter 43, May 19th, 2020. Something went seriously wrong as I woke up in the middle of the night. I realized at that moment that I was physically unable to move and felt a sense of massive dread overcome me. Everywhere I looked were clusters of insects crawling all over me and biting into my skin with the strength of a lion. It was as if they had tiny razor blades for teeth. Giant ants the size of my palm would crawl all over me and cause intense itchiness. I wanted to throw them off me more than anything, but I couldn't move, so yeah. Oh man, is this a side effect of time travel? Despite being in near total darkness, I could make out the shape of giant millipedes and arachnids running all over my room at top speed, and occasionally pausing to look directly at me. When I say that they were huge, I mean they were around 7 feet tall. I know this because their size was around the same as the door to my room. After about 10 seconds of insects running around my room, I noticed one finally stopped dashing and instead turned to face me directly. The creature was a giant transparent scorpion around the same size as my arm. Dread filled my nerves as I saw it crawling closer and closer. I genuinely thought at that moment that it would have killed me. Then, at the very last second, a cluster of tiny spiders dropped from the ceiling and rolled up the scorpion into a ball of web before proceeding to feast on him greedily. Despite me hating spiders, I was beyond thankful for that moment. Thanks, you freaks. I thought at that moment that the nightmare was over, but the worst was yet to come. Out of the corner of my eye, I witnessed a giant pitch-black mass in the shape of a human in my room. He didn't speak or make any kind of facial expressions. As a matter of fact, he didn't even have any visible facial features such as a nose or ears. Rather, he was like a human-shaped black hole. Please leave me alone. Almost as if he was mocking me, he walked over right next to where my bed was. With every step of the way, I felt the chills on my skin getting stronger and stronger. It was as if he was radiating pure cold like a freezer of some sort. He did nothing further than that and instead stood there for a little while. It was one of the most bizarre things I had ever experienced. The whole time I felt my heart beating about 1,000 times per minute, unsure what he would do next. Even without words, I could tell that the being's intentions were sinister. It's like it was negativity expressed in a physical form. Right before he disappeared into thin air along with all the insects, I noticed he was wearing some sort of fedora on top of his head along with a trench coat. In the strangest way, it somehow made him even scarier. It was as if he wore those clothes so people could easily recognize him. I spent the rest of the night crying into my pillow and waking up every 5 seconds to make sure that I wouldn't be killed by giant insects.